She is expecting, but your caloric intake is going to be really important with your breastfeeding because you do burn more calories, and that's what actually helps. The suckling of the baby is actually causing your belly to contract, so you do lose weight. That's why a lot of women say, "Oh, I lose a lot of weight when I'm breastfeeding," but because you're losing the weight and you're burning the calories, you have to look at what you're eating or how much you're eating to take in more calories that you're actually losing. Hi, Brianna. How are you?
Hi.
Welcome aboard. We're just getting started, kind of sort of getting started informally. As you can see, Nakia's on board, but we have a new mommy, Tania Shakespeare. She's on board. She just had a baby. Your baby's 2 weeks old, right, Tania?
She'll be 3 weeks.
Yes. And you have a little girl? Yes. Now, this is Brianna and Nakia. They're both exclusively breastfeeding moms. She was saying that Tania was saying that she doesn't feel like you're really getting enough milk in. Is that correct?
Yeah. So these past couple of days, I've been producing, I'll say, about 2.5 ounces, which I was doing about like 5 or 6 probably. Like a week ago, and I'm just like, it's not enough.
Let me ask you another question. Is your baby, is she satisfied with the amount of milk that she's getting?
She pitches a fit if it's not 4 more ounces.
Okay.
You're exclusive?
Yes, you exclusively breastfeed, right?
No, I'm between breastfeeding and formula.
Well, that's what it is.
Yes.
What it is because of the formula. The formula and the breast milk cancel each other out. So the breast milk itself, when you have her on, she's actually going to get more off of you than what she does when you pump. And when you do the formula is going to mess up the tummy a little bit because our breast milk is our food. The breast milk is our food. And so everything we eat and consume, it goes into our breast milk. So when we go to the breastfeed, our babies, they're taking in what we eat.
Right.
So that's something you have to keep in mind. I had to tell a friend of mine about that too, because the formula has extra stuff in it. And it's actually thicker than our breast milk. So her stomach is having a hard time breaking that down.
Exactly.
So you have to think about that as well.
Exactly. I'm going to introduce Miss Bosma. She just came on board. You know everyone else, but this is Tania. She's our new mommy. This is the duo I was sharing with you.
How you been?
Yes, baby.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good. Nice to meet you, my dear. Welcome to our sister circle. We're glad to have you.
Thank you.
She has a 2-week-old daughter, and we were just discussing, and this is right up your alley, Miss Bosma, the amount of breast milk that she's producing and making sure that her little girl is getting the amount of milk that she needs.
Look like you got a whole lot up there to me. All that I saw. So what's going on, honey? What's going on?
Like I was telling them, I'm not producing, I feel like, enough milk.
What do you call enough?
Enough, more than 2-3 ounces.
Okay, how often do you nurse?
I'll say about 2 or 3 times, and then I'll do the formula.
Okay, when you said
I don't really.
When you said 2 or 3 times, every 2 hours, every 3 hours, she's a newborn, okay? She's just 2 weeks, okay? And your milk adjusts to the age of the baby and what the baby needs. So your milk probably isn't real thick yet. You know what I mean? It's probably kind of watery, but it has enough antibiotics and nutrients in it for that 2-week-old baby. Now you have to get a lot of rest. Do you have any more children?
No.
You have to get rest. You have to eat right. How's your diet?
I'll say it's.
So what does, I don't know what that means, but bye-bye. What else does it mean?
It's so. Like,
What does so mean? Brianna,
it's not horrible. It's kind of in between.
about a bit about the diet. Brianna, she can't hear me. Help her out a bit about breast milk and the diet.
Well, like Nakia was saying, I mean, I've never used formula. I have a 2-year, well, she's almost 2, she'll be 2 in September, and a 3-month-old son. And I breastfed exclusively both of them, her for about 14 months, and him, I'm trying to do a year and cut it off at a year.
That's a boy, I don't know.
Brianna, I'm right there with you, girl. I'm right there with you. We still doing it too, and I'm pregnant.
Girl, my nipples need a break. After that, I need some time. But
I breastfed for 14 years.
that's too much.
That's too much.
So tell us about the diet. How does your diet affect your breast milk?
So like you was saying, everything that you eat goes into your breast milk, but there are certain things that can help. I mean, of course, there are cookies, they have mother's milk tea. I drink that to help produce. But doing the formula and breast milk, like she said, it's going to slow down your production. One thing you can try to do is take, Leilani, please move your foot. Some mother's milk tea or eat some lactation to help you bring up your production. The more you put her on, the more you'll produce. So it may take some time, but you got to get her on the breast.
And
So,
that,
like,
yes, that brings something to mind. I'll get some, we have the lactation cookies and some mother's milk tea. So in your bags next, you need some?
Yes, so bad.
All right, I'll make sure that they're in both of your bags next week.
That is my go-to right there.
Yes.
Do you have EBT, Brianna?
Yes, I do.
You can get that tea with your EBT.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, any teas you can get. It's on the shelves. Kroger's has it. Sometimes Food Line has it. All depends on the area where you shop. But yeah, you can get that on your EBT card.
Okay.
Yeah.
And drink a lot of water. That, of course.
Oh, she has the boxes up there. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, those are what they look like. And it's great. I try to drink some of that maybe 30 minutes to an hour before I pump. You can drink it multiple times throughout the day. And to help bring up your production when pumping, you got to try to pump at least twice a day and consistently. Because pumping once a week won't help you. Your body has to get used to pulling more milk out. So it'll produce more. It'll feel like the baby is eating more, and it'll keep up with the production levels. But if she's not on the breast and you're not pumping consistently, it won't come out. That's what I had with my daughter. I rarely pump, so I could never pump anything out. I mean, sometimes I'll pump, and I would get like 1 ounce out of one breast, 1.5 out the other breast. And what am I gonna do with them little drops of milk? Nothing. So you gotta do it consistently. If she ain't on the breast, she'll sleep. She on one breast, pump that other breast. If she's already been on it, give it like 30 minutes, drink your tea consistently. Try to drink it at least twice a day. You can drink it more if you want to, but it's just about repetition. Doing those things consistently will definitely, over time, bring up your supply.
Okay.
And plus, here's the best thing about this mother's milk that we're talking about. It says actually on there, you're supposed to drink it 5 times a day. Okay. And I not only was drinking this, but I also was drinking stuff that had the actual herbs in it.
Okay.
So I would go to like the 25th Street. They had the hibiscus drinks and stuff like that. This is my 4th baby, and I breastfed all of them. So I guarantee it. Once you put her on your breast, you'll feel the whole difference. You'll lose the weight fast. I only gained 2 pounds with this pregnancy, and I'm now going into my 8th month, and I'm still breastfeeding.
And she looks good. I mean, she hopped out that car. You couldn't even tell she was pregnant the way she was me and my old self, she was faster than I was. I said, Granddaddy Money, you can beat me money. You can beat me money.
Who do we have that just joined us down there? Who is that?
Nikia.
I thought that was you. This is Miss Regala. That's Miss Bosma, because you're a new face. Welcome to our Zoom sister circle, Nikia. This is Miss Bosma. She's our doula. Everybody will introduce themselves. But Nikia is 3 months pregnant, correct?
Yes.
With your first baby, correct?
Yes.
Yes. So we're just joining to the conversation. Everybody introduce yourselves, and we're talking about the importance of your breastfeeding milk supply. Okay? All righty.
Okay, to Nia, did I say it right? Is it Tania or Tanaya?
It's Tanaya.
Tanaya. I just want to say it wrong.
Okay. Tanaya, you know, the first thing is the mindset. Okay, you have to make up your mind. This is what you really want to do. Okay, because it's like a trick game that they play on you, you know, with that formula. Okay, I'm breastfeeding my baby. Okay, I'm giving her a bottle of milk, but I'm pumping. So she's getting all the nutrition from my breast milk.
Right.
The Creator made us, it's a reason that we're supposed to actually, our nipple, our breast is the baby's mouth. Okay, because it has to grow, it soothes them, you know, and the mother has certain smells about her. So those certain smells about the mother, it's on the individual. Your baby your baby can smell your particular smell. This makes the baby very intelligent, it's more alert. It brings like a bond.
Right.
Breastfed, you know, breastfed babies have a special bond with their mothers, and it lasts for a lifetime. When you bottle feeding and expressing your milk and putting your milk into the bottle, they make you think that it's okay, it's the same, but it's not the same. Okay, so that's like a little trick that they play, but it's so many benefits from breastfeeding. Do we have any more of those breastfeeding books?
Yes.
Maybe we can
yes, I will give one to Tanaya and Nikia. Absolutely.
So the main thing is you have to have a mindset, and you have to say, I want to breastfeed. Okay, so if you have the mindset and if you stick to it, they will bear witness, because Brianna had a hard time first breastfeeding, and she just stuck with it, and now, you know, her baby is just as healthy and fat, and she had a hard time weaning her. She didn't want to let it loose, and she's Nikki. She's still breastfeeding and she's pregnant. Okay, so she's breastfeeding and she's pregnant. You know, so she's a wonder mom over there. So we're here to support you with your breastfeeding. You know, so how do you feel about it? Is this something that you really want to try? You know, are you trying? Are you ready to your breast? Is he sucking?
She'll stay on for probably, I'll say 10 minutes.
Well, that's good.
So from that point, I'll just pump the rest and give it to her through the bottle.
Okay, well that's good. Because,
being frustrated and all that, and it's overwhelming.
So let me ask you, is she gaining weight?
Yeah.
Okay, but she's fine if she's gaining weight. So what you want to do is you doing right. You want to give her that complete feeding. You want to give her fore milk and hind milk. The first milk is the thin milk that has all the antibiotics and the nutrition, and the hind milk, you know, is the thicker milk that has the fat. A lot of mothers breastfeed, but they don't breastfeed long enough so the baby does not gain weight. One of the reasons why the babies don't gain weight because they're not getting that hind milk. So just stick to it. You know, breastfeed her like every 2 or that's such a new baby. Baby's still brand new. Breastfeed about every 2 or 3 hours. Okay, and take time. You are a new mother. You know, don't be doing a whole lot. You know, sit down with this breastfeeding time. You know, this is time for you to relax, for you to sing to your baby, for you to hug your baby, you know, for you to love your baby. You know, put some music on, you know, and look, you know, this is God's milk. This is the best milk for you. You know, talk to her, and you'll be surprised how much that they understand. And it's every 2 or 3 hours, just every day, and you next thing you know, so you want you to do. Your baby go nowhere. You want me to put it down? You know, just keep on trying. We're going to get some mother's milk, you know, and help their milk come in. It ain't hot. Bring your milk down. Hot soup, oatmeal, barley is really good. If you can get some barley, just some barley broth. Barley is like oatmeal. Like you can slowly boil barley and drink that liquid. That will bring the milk down. Oh, it's old school. It's old sister told me there. They're barley, BARLEY. It's like in oatmeal section. Mike can find some of it in the international section. Yeah, but try it. And just drink plenty of water. And don't kind of stay away from peppermint. Peppermint likes your milk out. Sage isn't good either. Like in a lot of meats have sage in it. So be careful with sage, certain herbs. How is your iron? Iron?
It's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Make sure that your iron is good. Do you get dizzy, or do you get tired, or do you have anything going on with you?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Are you eating good? Fruits and vegetables?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Well, from what I see, Bernard, she just sticks to it. I think she shouldn't have any problems. She has support. She has willingness. She wants to do it. And she's helping the baby stuff is what we can, hear. So I think she'll be very successful.
Absolutely. What we'll do is we'll pack some lactation cookies and some of the mother's milk in your bag for Tuesday. So we'll make sure that's in your bag for Tuesday, so you can start to drink that and eat that, and we'll get that milk production in. So we're going to take care of that for you.
All right.
We have our Nakia down there, Miss White, Miss Bosma. This is Nakia. She's due, are you January 2021?
Yeah, January 18th.
January 18th, 2021. Bosma, you want to ask her some questions about pregnancy and how things are going?
Yeah, so you're 3 months?
Yes.
Have you had any sickness? Are you over your sickness? You should be over it by now.
Yeah, I only threw up one time.
Oh, wow, that's good. Okay.
Yeah.
May I ask, you don't have to answer, but how old are you?
I'm 19.
19. Okay, and how do you feel about you having this baby? How do you feel about it? You feel good about it? You sad? You don't want it? You're happy? You worried? You have any worries or fears?
Well, at first I was like scared and confused and stuff, but at this point I'm excited.
Great. So why were you scared?
Because it was unexpected, first of all. And the guy that I was with, we just got together, so it's like, because in my head, like I always thought it would be like a mom, a husband, and then a child. And so when I found out I was pregnant, this time made me upset because my plan didn't go as I planned it to go. But it's fine, I'm excited either way. So.
Yeah. But you know what? You're gonna be a mother either way. Either way, you're gonna be a mom. You're gonna be a good one too. So, who's your doctor?
What is? I go to Virginia Women's Physicians of Medical Health, I think it's called. Let me see.
So let me ask you this: why did you decide to go there?
What was it? Okay, so this is how it happened. Because I had a birth control appointment that day, and my friend, she had assumed that I was pregnant since my period wasn't coming yet, and so she had me take a pregnancy test the day of my birth control appointment. So when I took the pregnancy test, it said positive. And since I already had an appointment set up for birth control day, it turned into a baby appointment.
Okay, well,
so I just stepped down.
Let me ask this. Your obstetricians has a lot to do with the way that you give birth. So you have to make sure that they honor your wishes on how you want to give birth. So you have to do some research, and you have to see what birth that you want. You have a lot of choices out there, and you have a lot of different doctors out there. Bianca, she has a doctor that I recommended. I would do some research on obstetrician. What type of, you don't know anything about birth because this is your first one. You just got an idea what's in your mind, and all of us want to give an advice. Don't listen to a whole lot of people about their birth because sometimes they put fear in you. Let's stay positive. I'm going to have a beautiful birth. I'm going to birth something beautiful. You always tell yourself, I'm going to birth a beautiful baby. So how you see yourself with your birth? What type of birth do you want? Are you familiar with different types, choices that you have?
I know of, I don't want to do it, but I know of water birth and then the regular way. That's all I really know of.
Okay. All right. So I need to get with you because it's a regular way. There's a whole lot of regular ways when you get in certain situations. So when you're in certain situations, you have to know your options and your choices, and you have to have what we as women, we empower one another, and what that means is we give you power. Okay, so I don't think women realize we have special powers. I don't think we realize certain powers that we do have, but the older you get, the more you'll realize, we possess certain powers. So I will get with you, and on our next call, we will share with you some of our birth experiences. If you can hear some of our positive birth experiences, that will also help you to make choices. We Black women, we birth different than white women. Okay?
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We birth different than white women. We have different choices, options than white women. We have different outcomes than other
Technique.
races. Right. So, you know, we have to be on it. So that's why we here. This is why the sisterhood is here, for the love and for the choices, you know, to help you with your choices and for information too. So we'll be getting back with you, and I'll be giving you a call, okay? And say something else.
Yeah,
Anybody else want to add to that?
what I'm probably going to do, Asma, I'm going to get a copy of our birthday plan, and that will be in your bag next week. So when you and Ms. Asma talk, you'll have a copy of the birthday plan, and it's a booklet that Ms. Asma is going to go over with you, and you're going to work together in creating the type of birth that you want. So I'll make sure that she has birthday plan book in her bag on Tuesday, so y'all can get together and talk about it.
Ms. Renata.
Absolutely, I will make sure that you get a birthing plan. But we would like to do. I was thinking about when Nakia W. and both of y'all, Nakia W. Now that I think about it, but when she was saying that her pregnancy was unexpected, I think everybody in this circle can say the same thing. And I will jump to Brianna because I think Brianna has a story.
Yeah, you know, and I'm looking at them saying, these are old school now. You know,
Absolutely,
you know,
yes.
they were fresh just like you.
Yes.
They were fresh and tonight, but they're looking at them like, man, these are old school now.
And this is only a portion of our sister circle because we had about maybe, I think we had 18 last week. So, you know, every other Wednesday. So we'll be meeting again on the 12th of August. But Brianna, if you want to share in your experiences of just discovering pregnancy in general.
Well, my pregnancy with my son, well, with my daughter, I knew I was pregnant. I just knew it because my body felt so different. I knew I was pregnant. I had fevers and sickness, and I just felt different in an unexplainable way that only a mother knows. Like, you just feel different. But with my son, I had no idea because I was still getting my period. So I had no idea. Right. Yeah, I was still having a period. I had no idea. So, you know, I'm going to OBGYN, and they always, you know, pee in cup anyway. You always do that. So they come in the room talking about congratulations. I was like, congratulations, what? Like, what are you talking about? And that's how I found out that I was pregnant with my son, because I was having a period week. It wasn't, like you said, everything I was going to plan to happen. It just happened. Well, it don't just happen. You know, you got to do some things to make it happen. But it happened. So it was a huge shock for me finding out about my son, because my daughter's not even 2 yet. So, and he's 3 months now. It just threw the trajectory off of everything that was happening. But one thing I do want to say about that, because I know we'll talk about that in another meeting, but one thing I want to say about giving birth is don't feel pressure to get an epidural. Really think about if that's what you want to do. I had one with my daughter. I felt nothing. I had an epidural with my son, and it did not work. So everything. And even though it takes a lot of concentration and breathing, but you can get birth without an epidural. I did it. And at one point, I mean, I was scared. I was pushing, and it felt crazy. I was just like, Lord, I don't know if I can do this. But here, I did it. So you got to decide if that's something that you want. And it's no wrong answer. If you want one, get one. I really got one.
I did. Yeah.
If you want one, get one. But don't feel pressured. Do what you feel is best for you, because there can be some side effects to epidurals. There may not be. Every woman's body is different, but that's up to you what you want to do. Your birthing experience is your experience. So make it what you want it to be, not what anyone else thinks it should be like. It's your experience. And it's beautiful. It can be painful. It can be rough. It can be sweaty. And I was not cute when I gave birth to my daughter. But
No,
it's my
Nobody is.
Nobody's cute.
No.
Don't forget, the baby has to come out. The baby.
It's coming one way or another. So
Yeah, the baby. That's one thing sure. The baby has come. At one point, I might not want it to come, but it has to come.
Oh, Lord.
Nakia Wrighton up in the corner, would you like to share your pregnancy story?
Well, like I said, I'm a mom of 4. So my oldest just turned 10. And I was 25 when I had her. And she was unexpected as well. You know, so I didn't know I was pregnant until her dad felt like he was. So he went to hospital. I went along like for support, like what's going on. But in fact, he was going through the symptoms that I wasn't going through. And that was the day I found out I was pregnant. So, with that being said, it's going to happen either way. And I have a history of losses as well. So my background is all the way around. And just like what my husband said, you know, we have a bunch of techniques. I was always told I couldn't do something with my birth, with my daughter Isabella. She's turning 2 in December. Right there with me. Isabella was planned. This one was not.
Oh my God.
This was not planned. Yeah. So by that being said, you know, it's all about staying focused on what you feel is right for you, what you feel like you deserve. Because doctors told me I could not go to the bathroom, I could not do this, I could not do that. Once I started this program with Miss Boswell and Miss Renata and me and Brianna and all our sisters in this group. The support and the love I got in this group is what held on to my heart. And I birthed naturally with Isabella. And I didn't have blood pressure issues. They helped me with everything. That's why I'm so proud to say today, I only gained 2 pounds. Not 40 pounds with my daughter, not 80 pounds with my son, but 2 pounds, and I'm now going to my I'm very proud and excited about it. And just like I was also talking about the mother's milk, I learned about so many stuff for us. I have no problem doing it. If it's mine to say, I'm trying to tell everyone. So when it comes down to this birth, your first birth, this is something to treasure. Mm-hmm. It's a memorable experience because you want it to feel like a birthday party. And I'm telling you, from my heart to yours, it's a birthday party. Celebrate it to the utmost because it ain't gonna be another like a first one. Mm-hmm.
Tanaya, did you want to add anything tonight since you're the kind of new mom in the group as it relates to the birthing experience?
My birthing experience was actually smooth. I did have the epidural, which I felt nothing, like Brianna said. Literally felt nothing. No contractions, nothing. Until it was almost time to push, which I was feeling a little bit of cramping, but that went away. And she came out and quick. Beautiful baby.
Where did you deliver?
At Chippenham.
Okay, I had my children at Chippenham. I had my kids there too.
Who was it out there?
His name is Gregory Moore.
Thank you.
And he had any problems breastfeeding after you had the baby?
After I just had the clear, I forgot what they called.
Colostrum.
Yeah. And I don't think she was really enjoying that, so they put her on auto. And I didn't really get milk until like 3 or 4 days after I got home.
So which is right, you being a first time mom, your milk won't come in for like 72 hours. So a lot of times you think your baby's not getting enough milk because your breast hasn't filled out, it's colostrum, and I'm getting with the kid, it's just clear and thin. And the reason why it's thin because the baby has to get all the nutrients and the antibodies. But once the milk come in, you can feel it coming in because you start getting gorged. You start coming in, that's when your milk comes in. A lot of people think as soon as you have a baby, it's your milk. My baby's not getting enough. I don't have enough milk. But it's not so. That's just the way that our female anatomy and physiology is. So don't let anybody say, I didn't have enough milk to feed my baby. A lot of times they say that, but they don't understand why.
And they have to remember the size of the newborn baby's stomach is so tiny, which is why you have more feedings throughout the day and night more often. You have like 3 meals a day because we're adults now, so we eat 3 meals a day, 4 meals a day, 5 meals a day because our stomachs have the size to the full size capacity. You have a newborn baby, their little bellies are no more the size of a grape. And so sometimes they're smaller when they first get here. So they fill up very quickly and get full very quickly, but they eat more often. And that's perfectly normal.
Yeah. And plus, when you go to the WIC office and also inquire about breastfeeding, that's what I do. I go to the WIC office and also talk about breastfeeding as well. Our breast milk is only the same accommodations as baby stomach. So because they're newborns, you really should not look at your breast milk being little because it's about the size of their stomach. As they grow, your breast milk will just flow.
Right.
So don't stress. If you continue to stress over it, and I tell people this, if you continue stressing over it, you're going to get rid of your milk because of stress. So you have to just continuously remind yourself you're doing the best you can. You're doing the best you can as you continue to breastfeed your baby and feed techniques, whether you're bottle feeding the baby, your breast milk, or spoon feeding your baby. Either way, your milk is going to come in the same size as your baby's stomach. So you're doing fine. Just keep it up.
Yeah, just keep it up.
As far as the birthing hospital where you choose to get one thing I wanted to say, of course you can do hospital tours, do your research on your doctor because not all doctors deliver at all hospitals. But one thing I will say is I gave birth to both of my children at St. Mary's. And I was adamant about going to St. Mary's because I had a beautiful, wonderful birthing experience with both of my children at St. Mary's. The nurse was very, very loving.
I heard that well. I actually wanted to give birth at St. Mary's. But
I loved it. I switched doctors so that I could give birth because my doctor that I had with Leilani left practice. So I had to find another doctor, and I was with Virginia Women's Center. And the doctor that they had delivered at St. Mary's, I did not like him. His spirit didn't feel right with me. And giving birth is a beautiful, powerful thing.
It's personal, yes. Personal.
Yeah, you got to be someone that you like that's digging all up in there.
Like space.
So I switched practices. That's why I put that's you.
Oh, look at him. Oh, my goodness. One more.
But I want to highly recommend St. Mary's. I mean, their nurses every time with my daughter, with my son. They were just so attentive, so loving. And I had a midwife to deliver my son. I had a doctor with my daughter, but I had a midwife to deliver my son, and that was a beautiful experience. It was more hands-on, more touchy than a regular doctor. But again,
what was her name?
Oh my gosh, I cannot remember it right now. I have, because they sent me a card afterwards, and all the nurses who were with signed it. So I'll look on that and let you know that she's a Caucasian woman, which didn't even bother me because it didn't really matter to me. It don't matter the race, as long as how she made me feel. And I loved it. I loved her. She helped grow me. She encouraged me when I was starting to feel like I could do it, because like I said, that door didn't know work, so I felt everything, and I was like, I cannot do this. They encouraged me. They helped me get through the process. So even when we moved out of state, I told my boyfriend I want to come back and give birth right back at St. Mary's, because it's just so. Being an African American woman, and again, we don't ever want to put fear into anybody, but we have to be realistic. We do not get the same medical care, focus, and attention that a white woman get. You have to demand respect. You have to demand these people treat you right. I mean, because childbirth, you can't lose your life in it. Not everyone does, but it's an interesting experience, and you need someone who wants you to make it through, who wants to help you and your child. So I just can't speak highly enough about Alice Harada, doctor that Ms. Bonner sent me to. She's so nice. She didn't even deliver my baby. One of her midwives did, but it was a beautiful experience. All the doctors there are so nice. Find someone who makes you feel your spirit feel good, and find a hospital that you feel safe. I just love it.
Having said that, we had less than minutes, so we're about to close. Love you, ladies. Deliverance will be here on Tuesday. We'll meet again on Wednesday, August the 12th. Sayonara.